it's going to take some time for the business to normalize. Anyway, from 12 to 18 months is the fastest the industry will come back on track. Our fixed costs amount to almost 85 to 90% of our total cost. And for the last 45 days, we have had zero revenue, zero cash flow. So in a circumstance like this, to be able to even meet your commitments like salary, interest, rentals, electricity, which will happen irrespective of whether you are doing business or not. Even doing that is becoming tough for the dealerships. It's becoming a problem. And manufacturers have come out with some kind of packages, but definitely most of them fall short of what is really required at this time. Dealerships employ about 25 lakh people. And with the loss of business, obviously, we will need to reduce our fixed costs. And the biggest fixed cost factor is the manpower. And we will need to get into some reduction of manpower, whether it is in sales or services or our back offices. What would be the extent of that reduction? That we will only know after the lockdown opens and we see how much business returns to us. The second factor that you will need to consider is that there are dealerships which are in a liquidity crunch, do not have sufficient cash to conduct the day-to-day business. So we also fear that there will be some dealerships which might close down, and it could be anywhere from 8 to 10% of the dealerships. So if that happens, obviously that is also going to result in some job losses. So there will be job losses. The extent, I think, we will know after the lockdown opens and after the business starts becoming a little normal. We will need to, along with our manufacturers, plan for a drastic reduction on the existing requirement of stock levels which the dealerships need to maintain. I think they will need to come down to a bare minimum and at best 1/3 of the present inventory levels which dealerships keep. That should substantially bring down the interest costs. Definitely look at increasing the productivity and efficiency of our manpower and see how we can get the same work done with much lesser manpower than what we are doing. 3, definitely adjust our working to the lower amount of business that we will be receiving, because removal of lockdown doesn't really means that everything will come back to normal. The coronavirus is still going to exist. The way we do business will change a lot. And I think how we can minimize our costs is the only way we can think of survival post the lockdown removal. Post-coronavirus, I think, is a long way to go, because I think the previous experiences that we have had with epidemics like this is that it lasts for 18 to 24 months. So if the coronavirus does exist, I think the way we do business is going to change dramatically, and not just the auto sector, all businesses. We have in the last 6 weeks already noticed that social distancing has become the norm. So there'll be very few meetings physically. I think most of the meetings will happen digitally over the internet. The customer contact will reduce dramatically. I think the number of people who will be coming into the dealership, whether it is for sale or service, that will go down drastically. And I think most of your business decisions will be done digitally. And I think only the physical delivery will need to take place at the showroom. So the sizes of showrooms, the sizes of workshops, I think all of them will go down dramatically. And there'll be new norms. I think a lot of new ways will be invented on how to do business without really compromising on a requirement like social distancing. Probably shared mobility not being very acceptable. Things like Ola, Uber, ride sharing not being acceptable. Radio taxis going off-road. So I think more personal movement, more personal transport will happen. The travel distance will drastically reduce. All businesses are going to be impacted. I think the auto component segment will also take a hit. And why they will take a hit is because people will now want to reduce their service costs. and only the most essential services will be what the customer is looking at, and most non-essential services will be done away with. But with that, what will also happen is that probably there'll be a huge focus on cleanliness, hygiene, and sanitization. So those are new business areas which will suddenly now come up post the lockdown removal, because the cars, the vehicles, everything that you use will need to be much cleaner, much more sanitized. The number of people moving in these vehicles will have to dramatically reduce. So I think all that will be some new business which will come in, but yes, existing business will be impacted because people would be cutting costs. So not just businesses, I think even individuals will be cutting costs, and they will be getting in only for very, very essential services. What India realized and what the manufacturing sector realized in this COVID-19 epidemic was that we were hugely dependent on imports for a lot of our components. And suddenly, I think there is this huge awareness that our dependence on imports need to reduce, that we need to manufacture most of the things that we require locally and within our country, so that in an emergency like the one which has happened now, our businesses don't get choked, our manufacturing doesn't get choked, our lifestyles don't get choked. And presently, our dependence on imports is very huge, and I think that is going to go down dramatically, and there'll be more make in India now than ever before. Fresh investments will definitely take a huge setback. Most companies, most businesses would have suffered such huge losses. And I think any new development, including electric and hybrid, will require a lot of investment, a lot of an R&D, which will need to be India specific. A lot of what we were trying to develop were dependent on imports, and since there will now be a huge resistance to importing things and manufacturing themselves in India, I think new investments will definitely be postponed. New capex will definitely be postponed. So all future plans in terms of new technology will obviously be shifted further than what they were planned to earlier. Everybody has gone back to the drawing board and trying to work out packages to support not just the dealerships but also the component manufacturers, because it's a difficult time for both component manufacturers and dealerships. And unless support packages come from both vehicle manufacturers and the government, it will be difficult for this industry to survive.